Committee of the Whole, Finance Committee of the Whole meeting to order. Madam Clerk, could you take the roll?
Mayor Miller,
Here.
Alderpersons Clem,
Here.
Johnson,
Here.
Simmons is absent, Parker,
Here.
Stacy is absent, Shadle,
Here.
Sanders is absent, and Sellers.
Here.
We have a quorum, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. If you could join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance Thank you. And we're down to item 4 being approval of the agenda. If I could get a motion.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Sellers, second by Parker. All in favor?
Aye.
And
Could I make
opposed?
a comment on it if I could?
Yes.
Just a highlight for people, we talked about whether to move it around or whether or not. In number 9, there's motion there to go to possibly more minutes for discussion, but that's for discussion on the budget items that we've discussed this evening. So if anybody's got anything they want to add to, there is a time for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clem. And anybody opposed to the approval of the agenda? Motion carried. And we need approval of the minutes from October 28th, 2024, and November 12th, 2024.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Clem, second by Sellers. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And we're down to public comments on agenda items.
No one was signed in.
No one signed in. We'll move on to item 7, discussion of the following general fund budgets by City Manager Boyer and Director Richter.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
I'd like to start out with our proposed schedule for the budget coming up. So, in general, this is everything beyond today is still subject to change, but this is pretty much what we have nailed down. So today we're going to discuss the city council budget, communication budget, and you can see them there under the 9.8 section there. Then on 9.15, we'll be talking about general fund police department, equipment fund for police, drug forfeiture, and then fire department budget, fire public safety fund budget, and fire improvement. And we're trying to combine like categories this year, so we're not jumping all over the place. So if it's police, we're trying to have it all at one time. If it's fire, it's all at one time. Same thing with where you see the TIFs and the Burchard Meadows project fund budget, downtown loan budget. These all follow a certain, order. So anyway, then on 10.6, we'll be going over revenues, government building budget, cemetery care fund, and so on. So generally speaking, if you have any questions on this, it should be included with your council packet, but if you need an extra copy, let me know. We can make sure that happens. Michelle can make sure they're printed out for you if you don't have one. Just bear that in mind. This is kind of the schedule. So October 14th, we'll be going through Public Works, the street budget, capital equipment fund, airport, cemetery, forestry, animal control, traffic engineering, street lights, motor fuel tax, and street improvement fund. So those are all kind of grouped together in a like category. Then on the October 20th, we'll go over utilities. So that'll be the water operating budget, sewer operating budget, storm. Then we'll have the water capital budget, sewer capital, storm capital, and then public input again on the 20th. October 3rd, we'll go through the fire pension, the police pension, the library budget, the tax levy, and the abatement. And then we'll, again, at that time, notice a public hearing. So we'll have essentially one of the last meetings here would be on November 10th. And that'd be a summary on any changes that were necessary since we began the presentation of the 2026 budget. So I don't believe there's on this. Oh, there we go. We'll also have a public hearing on November 17th, and then the council meeting on the 17th. We will approve the 2026 appropriations budget, capital improvement plan. We'll have the first reading of the tax levy and the tax abatements. December 1st, it'll be the second reading of the budget, second reading for tax levy, and second reading for tax abatements, and the 2025 reappropriation. So just to follow up, we are we're essentially going to be making some changes to the 2025 budget, basically looking at what reality worked out to what we had budgeted. We'll make those adjustments and we'll bring them to you for approval on the 1st, and then final reading on the 15th. So that kind of takes us through the budget process. Does anybody have any questions on how we're going to go about this? I know I've gone kind of fast, but we've all been through it before for the most part. I think, Linda, you've sat through several of these before. If there's any question on the process, this would be a good time.
Well, the simple ones aren't here, so we gotta make.
Don't be bashful. Okay. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and get started with the city council budget. So this is the same budget as we had for last year. Essentially covers all of the elected officials, although there's a small bump on elected officials from the previous year. Those have been reflected here. Obviously, all the wage withholdings, and then education, training, and travel, that'll stay at $2,000, and then supplies and other. So pretty much the same as last year. If you could go to the next one, thank you. Liquor commissions and Board of Police and Fire. So essentially, no changes to the stipends. Also, a recategorization of the education and training to medical services to more accurately describe the expenses. So when we hire new police and fire, we have some onboarding examinations and things that we do. We've reclassified them in this budget so that it would be more reflected to reality here. Any questions on Liquor Commission, Board of Fire, and Police? Aaron, is there a reason you're sitting back there? Are you hiding back there? Okay. Gotcha. Thank you, Aaron. So this is Department 113. This is the city clerk. So this includes 1/2 of a full-time admin person. So Dovey has requested some additional help to get minutes. A lot of backlog work that needs to be done, not time critical, but needs to be done. So a half-time support person is included, and it will be shared with the finance and HR department. So this will essentially one person apportioned out into 3 different departments. Also, we had a significant increase in medical insurance this year, and we're working with our provider, so we might be able to reduce it later. As you can see there, it went from 17,000 to 25,000. We are working with the insurance company now to go through the process of reviewing that. Other than that, there are no major changes to the city clerk's budget. Any questions on that?
I guess just one. So when will this new person come in?
Well, we're budgeting now. I would say that we'd probably hire somebody maybe in the spring. What do you think, Michelle?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions
Pardon me,
on,
when was that? I didn't hear it.
basically the spring. So we're looking at a part-time person to work in several departments. We'd be looking to hire them in the spring, 26. Okay, any other questions on city clerk? All right, this is the city manager mayor budget. So not many changes here. It includes city manager, mayor, and administrative assistant. So those are the wages that are included in this one. And there are no major changes. There are, I go and attend several training and educational events, and so does the mayor. So those are included as well. Small increase from last year. But overall, things are remaining flat in this, in 121, city manager budget. Any questions on this?
Yeah, the only thing I'm noticing again is the health insurance line item is consistently going up on every page of this.
Yes.
But there are Social Security expenses going slightly up The IMRF is slightly up, which is tied to wages. I'm seeing that consistently on the pages as I went through this, and it's, if you're looking at the bottom line, that the totals are going up for each department, the vast majority of it is tied to that health insurance and
Yes.
wage increase.
Right. What's underlying a lot of that is, I would say our insurance carriers looking at our risk. We had a number of claims, like 2 or 3 years ago. We had quite a few claims, and the rates are kind of mirroring those claims. However, we've been doing much better on that, and hopefully within another year or two, those will be dropping off. So we might see essentially why I'm saying that is we may see in future years or 27, 28, we may see that either flat and level or dip slightly.
Back out. Thank you.
And Michelle, please back me up if you feel like,
Yeah.
did you have anything you wanted to add on that?
Just on the medical insurance rates are just going crazy. You know, the GLP-1s, am I saying that right? And different things that are out there. The city was very fortunate in past years to have pretty small renewals, and I think it's kind of catching up with us. I mean, we were getting renewals, gosh, in the last 4 years of, 3-4% at the most, and this year it's just kind of crazy. So like Manager Boyer said, we are working with our medical insurance provider to see what we can do about that. We have a January 1 renewal.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions on city manager, mayor budget? Okay. If you'll go on then, we got communications department. So this only encompasses the director, currently Wayne. So you'll notice as we go through, printing for the monthly newsletter has gone up a bit, but that's what the 35,000 there is for printing. Also increased to support the new citizens engagement activities, supplies, and fair booth recruitment items. These are there to give us the tools we need for community outreach at events. So, other than that, status quo for the most part. Outlining the insurance increases and a few inflation things tied to inflation. So, any questions on the community development budget?
Communication.
I'm sorry. Did I say I'm sorry. Communications budget. My fault there. Thank you for the correction. Good catch over there, Brian. All right. With that, we'll move on to finance. So the finance director, deputy finance director, and city accountant added a portion of admin, but support will be shared with the clerk and HR. So we've added in a small portion here to cover I believe 25% of that part-time person we just discussed for Dovey. We're planning to use about 25% of that person for finance. Also, audit fees moved from here to interdepartmental, so that accounts for the change in the audit fees. So it'd be under audit fees. Also includes funds for shredding and documents. One of the problems is our shred beast went up significantly, so we're working on other options there. So. Any questions on finance?
Yes, moving the audit fees, is that something that Lauterbach had suggested, or just a change in what you were wanting to do?
That's just me.
Okay.
So interdepartmental kind of is a catch-all at the end of all of our departments. It's 101, 163. It's the last one we'll be reviewing today. And I felt that the audit fees were better represented in the finance department.
In that.
I'd like to look at some of the other items that are also in interdepartmental, such as postage or something like that, so that those costs can also be allocated to the various departments. Right now, it's kind of in one spot, whereas it should, I should know how much postage is
Percentage in each.
every department.
Sure.
So I'll be looking at that as well. So that might come back as an adjustment back later this fall.
Very good. Thank you.
Anything else on finance? Okay. Moving on to 133 legal. Essentially, we're seeing some increases in our legal fees, but aside from that, pretty much status quo on legal. Any questions on legal? Okay. The next one is, I was ahead of myself, but now 149 community development. We have removed from the wages the grant manager in this fiscal year, and consulting services includes lobbyists and outside grant management. So if you'll notice there at 6150, that would fall under consulting services. Other than that, generally flat and level with a few minor adjustments. Any questions on community development?
Just wondering, is the staffing enough for community development?
I think what we're looking at is maybe a change there, but I think what we're potentially looking to make a change for is an additional compliance officer. So, but at the time we put this together, we hadn't quite got there. This may be one of those changes that you see at the end.
Oh, so when you say compliance, is that like a nuisance or?
Yeah, nuisance,
Or
yeah.
the, okay.
Code enforcement, I'm sorry, why did I say compliant? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it is in, it's under building.
It's under.
It's under building, we just
Okay.
haven't got there yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. So just to add that point. All right, any more questions on community development? All right, under building, and this is, as Michelle quite directly pointed out, so this includes an additional building inspector or code enforcement, something to that effect, so. And that is the main change under 153 building.
153.
Any questions on that?
Oh, okay. Okay, okay. So are we looking for it, like, looking for someone now, or are we waiting till the new year?
Well, I think right now we're in the process of hiring a new community development director. So we're kind of holding off until that
Okay.
person is placed.
Okay.
Okay, and with that, we'll move on to 155, hearing and admin. This is essentially what Nicole charges for her services, overseeing the compliance hearings. So no real changes there.
How ma-
Next,
One
yeah.
quick, how many times a month does she does, is it twice a month or?
2 hearings per month,
Okay,
first and third Thursday.
okay,
I would say her load has picked up somewhat
Yes,
over the years.
busy.
Yeah.
okay.
Any other questions on that? Okay. The next one is Human Resources, 161. So the HR manager, admin support person, as same person we've been discussing, half-time for Dovey, a quarter of the time for finance, and a quarter of the time for HR. So that's included in item 5,000, which is additional cost for employee. And then also other technical services, if you go down to 6540, it includes additional funds for recruitment services. As we will be seeing a couple of changes here in the next fiscal year, we wanted to make sure we accounted for that in this year. So any questions on that? Okay. The next one is MIS, and this does not stand for miscellaneous. Right, Kurt? This one is information systems, so management information systems. So we're looking to add a half-time person to be shared with the water and sewer department, and I think Kurt could probably fill us in, but Kurt, you had some very specific ideas for that individual. Would you mention that right now?
thought it would really help out our guys with doing Julie locates in the field. And we're gonna do that through technology by getting better GIS mapping and GPS units. We can really cut that time down. That's gonna be the major initial efficiency we'll see.
So Kurt mentioned GIS. That's essentially the maps that we have that identify the location of all of our infrastructure. So water main, storm infrastructure, wastewater, manholes, meters, services. So the better that gets, the more time we save in the field overall. And we're doing pretty good, but I think it would be a good investment, at least in the city, to make sure that those maps are updated and updated correctly. And that would be very helpful to have that individual for Kurt to make sure that happens. Any questions on,
So did you say you want to hire a full-time or part-time?
this would be a half-time, but shared with water and sewer, yes.
So it'll be a part-time person that's shared with water?
Well, it'd be one full-time person
Okay.
shared half and half,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Thank you.
And bearing in mind that these are, the better our GIS systems are and the more we're able to keep and maintain their accuracy as we build new infrastructure, put new water main in, change manholes, change the condition of things out there. This is huge savings for us in the future, so. Any other questions on MIS?
Greg, could I make a comment?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, over the years, a lot of people don't realize what a fantastic job we've done at doing this to
Absolutely.
identify what kind of pipe is every place, goes back, to the old pipe and left in the 1800s and that stuff. But if you start looking at the maps and the overlays and everything, it does definitely save crews a lot of time. When they go out there, they know where they're going to dig, they know what they're going to hit, and everything's pretty well on target. But Kurt, thank you, but the guys before you and the guys you work for, you do a great job on that. Thanks.
It's more than just a job, it's a passion project. So, thank you for that, Kurt. And just, Darren, if you could just give the council some kind of perspective, you work with a lot of different communities. What does that look like when they don't have GIS like we have and all of our infrastructure? What does that do for, say, the lead service line program?
Oh, it makes the programs nearly impossible and costs a lot more money upfront, or not upfront, but in construction. When you don't have records of the infrastructure that's buried, usually they end up getting hit, which becomes a project cost and a project repair.
So there's just a lot of untold savings here. All right, with that, I'd like to move on to 163 in interdepartmental. Code 5225, group insurance, the city's share of retirees' medical insurance. So you're seeing an adjustment based on what we think was coming forward. Then as well as 6060, credit card fees for permits and et cetera. So we do recoup these on the revenue side. So even though you see a significant amount of money there, that is recovered in other areas. General liability, cyber insurance, so that falls under 6390. We are adding cyber insurance to our package policy that was recommended by our carrier and a lot of communities. I just spoke with someone today who worked in the city of Baltimore and had a major data breach that cost them tens of millions of dollars in ransomware attacks to pay the people to go away. So this is good money well spent. Good evening, City. See here, 5G poles. So we're working with the county on the real estate tax. You see there's an increase there. Obviously, these are city-owned poles, so we'll be working with the county to get these 5G poles removed from the tax rolls. Then on bond payments, item 5, that would be item 9,000, transfer to debt service. So these are our bond payments that are due every year. And then down toward the bottom, transfer out 9050. This is landfill support, and we'll discuss further when the landfill budget is presented. But that is basically a bookmark for that.
Question about the bond payments.
Yes.
Forgive me for my tardiness. Kind of forget about this starting tonight. So I don't even know what page we're on.
We're on questions on interdepartmental, Department 163.
Okay, so this is the bond payment throughout the year for each month, or this is gonna be one big sum?
I believe it depends on the bond, but some of them are quarterly, some of them are annually. And this is basically the total amount of the bond payments to service existing debt.
Okay, is it possible to get a list of all the bonds we have out there and whether or not they're monthly or annually?
Yes. Oh, go ahead, Michelle.
So bond payments work a little bit differently than like a mortgage, where you pay every month. Bonds pay interest halfway through, so 6 months into the period, you'll pay interest, and then 6 months later, you pay principal and interest. So each bond has their own schedule of how much, of course, how much, because they're all different amounts. All the bonds are listed at in the back of our audit. So I think the alderman got a bound copy. So in the very back, there is a listing of all the city's bonds. It's also posted on the website. The city's audit is on the website. So in the very back, there's a page for every bond, and there's the amount that's due every year, broken up by principal and interest.
Thank you.
Any other questions on interdepartmental? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
It moves us to item 8 with discussion over the budget in general. That is what was brought forth tonight. Seeing none, we have public comments on agenda or non-agenda. Is there anybody?
Excuse me, Chair. Did you want a motion and a second to extend that to 5 minutes? Is that your pleasure
Needed, I
tonight?
guess. If needed, if we don't have any.
I guess if there aren't any,
Comment.
it doesn't matter, does it?
Seeing none, I take a motion for adjournment.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Thank you, and we'll be moving to the committee of the whole shortly.
Yep, we'll,
I think Kurt needs 5 minutes to.
okay, Kurt, you let me know